Hi, everybody. Hi, I hope you can hear my voice and my screen. Right now, actually, like I haven't like projected the screen yet, so I'm just testing. Yeah, I hope everything is okay. Sound checks and yeah. So, okay. Hi, everybody. I'm so excited to be here. My name is Suvita, Suvita Charanwong. My last name is a long one, so you can stick with the first name, Suvita. And I'm from Tellscore, an influencer marketing platform. Yeah, basically, right now, the fact that I'm so excited is because I'm on the other half of the world. I'm in Thailand right now, so this is a very exciting moment, for me. And for those of you who still have time, maybe I'm gonna hang out after the backstage after the 30 minutes is over, and yeah, we can pretty much hang out. So let me share the screen right now. Let me see. Okay. So I think you can see my screen right now. Yeah. Basically, yeah. Uh, Hi again for everyone just joined. Yeah. I'm trying to get the voice right now. Yeah. Okay. So I'm just seeing the screen that you guys are seeing. So yeah. Um, Talking about influencer marketing today. So today we're gonna have a fun 30 minutes together about the trends that we have found here in Asia. Yeah, and particularly in Southeast Asia. In Thailand, Indonesia, the Philippines, Malaysia, and Vietnam. But the beauty is that influencer marketing right now is pretty much similar all over the world, except for some local trends or some insights, but basically it's a growing trend. Yeah. So I just wanted to share a little bit about myself and the company and the environment that we work with, so that you guys can have a sort of like a context of the trends that I'm about to share. And of course, I'm here to learn from you and from everybody as well. So yeah, please stay tuned and maybe we can catch up after the session. Yeah. So Tellscore, basically right now, we were lucky and fortunate to have expanded also during the pandemic to 3 countries. We originated in Thailand, as some of you might know, and then yeah, we're right here with you guys in Latam today, and we also have a operation in Indonesia. So Southeast Asia is pretty much our home base. So we're here to help everybody, to help brands, to help agency to grow your business, to grow your clients' business. Basically, we're here to find you the right influencers, Instagrammers, YouTubers, bloggers of sorts. And also, we're here particularly to do performance marketing for you, meaning we are here to deliver, CPE, number of views, number of engagement, CPE, and we can get, about into that depth soon. So let me walk you through. I'm going to play you a video which is silent because I'm going to walk you through some of the things that. So this is the platform. This is our software. I'm just gonna show you how we, send jobs to influencers. So influencers, have notifications and they can basically, like work wherever they are, but they have to come to the, like restaurants that they have been invited, or they have to come to experience the product. It can be sent to their home, or you can, ask the influencers to go to the restaurants. Yeah. Anyway, they send out the content, the invitations, the links, the coupon code, and whatnot. And basically, the marketers, brands, agency can have these updates real time. Yeah. Also, the performance about it. So this is a quick video, and this is the kind of like the screenshot that I would just wanted you to see what I'm talking about. So this is a pretty much like a catalog of influencers that agencies and brands can see price of the influencers, and also the data, demographics, age, gender, location of the followers. Yeah, and of course, the purpose of all of this influencer marketing automation is to save, time, to save costs of brands and agencies out there who have to deal with influencers on a, daily basis, one to one. They have to call and negotiate for price. So you can see the different staging that we help save the time and cost. Yeah, another a little bit of the background about where we're coming from as an influencer platform is that we do not only create video reviews, but we have come far from that. I think the whole economy has come far. It's not just myself here in Thailand, in Southeast Asia, but there are like thousands of influencer platform these days, and we are all talking about the same thing. I think in a nutshell, we're not competing each other because the economy has just really started 4 to 5 years ago, but we are like also starting to talk about performance marketing, about really generating like hard traffic to your e-commerce store or to your physical store. We're talking about click conversions. We talk about brands that can do branding with always on content, or even a one-off campaign for smaller businesses. So you can see it's not just about video reviews, and all of these are helping brands to grow, helping company to sell their product and services, and help agency to save time and save effort in delivering better performance for your clients. Yeah, so I'm here to talk about like a couple of trends. We have here prepared like about 10 trends. So let's get started. Yeah, so the first thing, I'm gonna really wanted to address this fact that look at on the left side. Yeah, you can see the growth, right? So this is like 40% growth year on year for Asia Pacific influencer marketing market. So the economy is actually like booming 40% year on year. And it is not just like Asia Pacific. I have checked, is actually like everywhere in the world. It's in Latam, it's in the America, it's in Europe, it's in like like North Asia. So it's good news for all of us. On the right hand side, you can see a more what do you call, like acquainted market, which is like digital advertising. So this is advertising in digital, banner ads, Facebook ads, Instagram ads, YouTube pre-roll. Yeah, you know what I mean. So this is just the idea of the data that is growing for both of the sectors. You can see that influencer marketing has a higher growth, yeah, because it's emerging, it's coming up, it's rising up, and it is an exciting time to be in this industry right now. And the point of this slide is actually to remind us both, both the brands and the influencers, that influencers actually cannot work alone. We have to work with media, because influencer content is basically a content, right? It's a production, yeah. So if you let it be organically on influencer channel, that's fine, but it is better, and you can actually like promise sales and conversions, which is actually really demanded in the past 24 months. And that is why I'm here. We're talking about the trends of now and the trends of upcoming. So organic content is going to move away, and like activated content activated by media boost is actually coming in hard. So this is like the two sectors that are really side by side. Also, of course, influencer marketing is really related to e-commerce and games or esports. So you know that a lot of the industry around influencer marketing is actually drive us to be like enjoying this kind of growth factors. Another fact coming in quick is the number of engagement that the micro influencer has in a higher percentage. Yeah, so you can see on in the table, whether it be Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, micro influencer has 2 digits on an average across the board engagement rate, whereas the bigger influencers or macro influencers, such as 500,000 or millions and up, has about like 1 digit or to 5% engagement rate. But the reason I'm showing this slide is actually, again, we need to understand the application of both. So it means that when your product is new, you actually are better to work with macro or big influencers, because you need awareness. See, you can see the seesaw figure underneath the table. It means that whatever in the market of advertising, communication, PR, when one of the side has a higher engagement rate, the awareness of that medium is low. So in this case, if you want awareness, you need to work with macro influencers. That is correct. And if you want to work with high engagement, such as you have already a number of awareness in the market, but then the next week after deploying your PR or awareness strategy, you need to have people talk about your product in a very in-depth way. So that sense, you work with micro influencers. That's correct. So I'm just like trying to underscore the tactics that we have been using, and actually it's not a choice for us, because it's depending on the algorithm, on the mathematics behind all of these social media. So this is hard facts and mathematics. Coming up on the number 3 of the trends, this one is talking a lot about the success when brands, agencies out there do monthly campaign, as opposed to doing a one-off campaign. So a couple of these facts, I'm diving right into the influencer, the tactical side of influencer marketing, and I hope I have your attention, because I will have a couple of case studies at the end, but we're just gonna go through the like the trends like quickly. So this one, coming back to the why monthly campaign or always on is better. A better way of ensuring that your return on investment per year is better. It's because like when you do something abruptly, when you haven't planned ahead, and you suddenly go for planning a Black Friday e-commerce with influencer campaign, of course it's going to cost you more, and of course you cannot plan for the perfect performance. So I really like encourage everybody to take a little time and do the planning, because after the 24 months of pandemic, I have about 300 clients that talk to me that they really want to switch from campaign based and one-off campaign that they have been doing to a monthly, a more regular, something that they can plan. So in a year, we really prove they save the cost and they heighten their performance like on every campaign. Coming up next, this is an interesting trend. And I think we have been talking about micro influencers for how many years now? Maybe 3 years. So somebody out there, please tell me in LATAM, how is it? But the fact in Asia right now, especially in Southeast Asia and Asia Pacific, is that the market hasn't really realized the micro influencer yet. I think it's in the past 2 years during the pandemic, when everybody wants to save costs. So they are trying to explore some more medium and really, coming out of their textbooks and really using micro influencers in a practical campaign. And what we see is the increase of the popularity. So per one macro influencer in a campaign, average using to work and collaborate with 2 micro influencers. So it has, actually has grown 8 times, right? Right now, there are 16 micro influencers to accompany 1 macro influencers in a campaign. And this is an average number in about like 4 to 5 countries, meaning that in this way, you save costs and you heighten the performance again. So brands and marketings and agencies are working with micro influencers in a way that they used to work with media, meaning that it's an expanding result. It expands the result of the macro influencers. So the takeout is very an exciting news to us, and the numbers like 1 per 16 is very meaningful. Also, when you run a campaign, you will see the difference in the cost. I'm going to jump to the next slide. We are really rushing through time, but I have really specifically prepared you guys this slide today. So this one is talking about media boosting. So pardon if my language of boosting media, I learned that somewhere somebody has taught me that in LATAM, people don't call like media boosting. But media boosting is basically when you buy ads to boost like a post on Instagram or on YouTube. So I'm not sure the lingo, but basically I think right now we have an understanding. And I'm going to talk about it that on the left-hand side, you can see that I have put an arrow on the channel. So when you boost a core audience, this is what you boost. You expand the post to be seen by the audience that looks alike the follower of that Instagrammer, of that influencer. So this one is called like a kind of mass audience. The advertising is going to be cheap. You're going to reach a lot of people, but the quality of people might not match your target. So what do? On the right-hand side, which is not so much done, is called custom audience boosting. So this is a very unique technique. It has been around about, longer, like maybe 3 to 4 years. But I think the latest feature of really, harnessing the audience that have actually really engaged in your content, in your product, in particular and different ways has just been realized. You are going to target with this type of advertising only the ones that have liked your content and your product through these influencers. So it is a very niche and vertical audience. So what do you get? You get a higher per media cost, but you get the right target. So this is the way that brands worldwide are celebrating when you want to push from just posting nice image of Instagrammers to become really sales conversions. Yeah. So on the first week, once you launch the influencer post, you do the core audience, right, to get the size of the audience, and the next week you do the custom audience where you can actually really zero in on the target. Yeah. So this is an example, and we have tried, and this is like I bet these slides can be shared to you once the slide is over. I have done a little bit mathematics for you guys, and this is what it came out. So just by boosting 300 US dollars, you actually get 4.5 times the performance. Yeah, so it performs 4.5 times better. So if you want reach, you can see the scenario, you get about like less than 40,000 reach. And on the scenario 2, you get almost like 180K reach, right? With only a topping of 300 US dollars media on top of the influencer content. So you can see now that influencer content and media boosting is hand in hand. And this is how you do it. You do it with custom audience. I might go a little bit quick, but this is our next trend already. We have seen worldwide that brand is already collaborating with brands. You can see high brands such as Gucci collaborating with a Japanese manga character, a cartoon character, and it has been sold out even in Thailand. This has been like such an amazing collaboration, and on other things too. But truth be told, we haven't seen enough influencer collaborations with influencers, and that is going to be seen much, much more in 2022 onwards, because in social media, 1+1 is always more than 2. Yeah, influencer will enjoy, and brands will also enjoy the more creative kinds of content. The influencers themselves will gain more followers from the cross collaboration. Coming up next is kind of like a checklist, a 10 checklist of what to do for brands. What types of activities do you can operate with influencer marketing? I want to focus myself on the right hand side, which is for the conversions, because right now conversions, right? This is the trend that is going on in Asia, and I know that it has been going on in actually like big cities in Europe and in the US definitely. So it's actually spreading out all over the world. China is the leading country in our area, Asia Pacific. So what we find is actually like, first off, big brands or small brands alike are using influencer to engage their fans. Number two, they are actually using their employees or their customers to turn them into influencers. This is quite a unique, and actually this year we have a couple of case studies for that already. So a couple of brands actually hire us to train their customers and to become like micro influencers, and then hire them to create content. In the end, because they are using the product already, right? So these influencers are very newbie. They don't really create, like prime content, but they create sales. And this is an amazing findings for the brands that we work with. It's in the FMCG factors. So they are like fast consumer products. Basically, these are very product that, of course, like works really well when you turn, everyday conversations into something that you can activate. Number three on the right hand side is influencer marketing for product samplings. This one already been done a lot. And click-through traffic is also something that is definitely something that hasn't been done that much, because this is a performance marketing. So how we do it is actually we include a link in influencer post or a coupon code that followers can further expand to where to buy. Yeah. And then we also have like call to actions in other forms, such as signups, such as downloads, such as sales. Yeah. So we can do all this with influencer marketing. Now, on the left-hand side, I think a lot of the brands are doing this already to inspire, to create PR, to start a trend. If you are a brand and you want to start a health trend, the best way is through influencers. Brands are also looking to long-term collaborations, and of course, right now, sustainability. So green brands that love the planet, is actually really liked and loved by the audience, because right now this is what we care. This is what the modern conversation is about, right? And not just any greenwashing trend, really in action, sustainability done by the brand. Now, virtual influencers comes for the 8 trends that I'm here to share with you already. In Asia, we are crazy about virtual influencers, but as a buzz and as a trend, we haven't seen, the actual volume to buy these virtual influencers. On the right hand side, you can see I'm bringing in a snap from Forbes that says that actually right now we don't need virtual influencers. We need something that is very human touch, something that really shows empathy for brand, because during the pandemic we have been isolated, we have been tampered with, economic crisis and whatnot. So I'm just pointing out that these are 2 trends that emerge in the same time. So it depends on brands. If you are an innovative brand, you might want to collaborate with virtual influencers. But on the other hand, if you are brands that needs to reconnect with your audience and consumers, of course, you want to start talking about empathy before you invest in AI influencers. But both of them are trends, and we cannot deny they're gonna come in big. Number 9 is like the format of the content. What kind of format in influencer marketing that works? Yeah. So this is a kind of like a slide that is interesting to me because it works in particular places of the world differently. You can see that I have highlighted in the bottom, and I think this is my, 2 cents to this slide is that in Latam, you can see already that TikTok and Instagram stories are working wonders, right? And in Asia, the same way. But what happened is that this pandemic situation has stirred the brands and agencies and customers out there to be excited about live. Because I'm gonna show you the next slide quickly. Because this is what happens in China. Because China's is kind of like the mega trend around here, right? So what China does is like creating a market size for live selling influencers in a huge scale. So these influencers are, like performing live and, selling, explaining the products in real time, being on air 12 to 14 hours. They don't really go to sleep. They don't go to, have lunch. It has become like a phenomenon. So we're not quite sure what it takes us. But to come back to the current trend in Southeast Asia, the market is still giving too little a commission for the influencers. So the market doesn't really pick up yet. But for the China market, they give up to 30% commission for those influencers who can sell the product. So it is a big incentive for influencers. So I'm just like, showing around the world what is happening, and you can, make informed decisions. As far as my concern is that TikTok or YouTube has done a great job on conversions. Instagram stories, Instagram video has done a great job on conversions. Yeah. So please keep doing that. And as you can see in the gray area, something that is very unique to Thailand is that we are very big on Facebook. So Facebook video and posts are actually the ones that brings us sales and conversions. So it's just like something that we talked about, yeah. And then coming up on the last trend, but not the end of my slide, is the 5 challenges that brands, still have working with influencer marketing. So truth be told, who has time to plan, right? Who has time to, update these social trends? Who has time to collect the measurement? How many reach? How many clicks? Is it worth my investment? So that's why we are all here, because like we have platforms and automations for you to choose from right now. And Tellscore is definitely one of them, to trying to help your time, minimize your time and maximize your performance. But it is still like an industry that is struggling with, time, because it is advertising for a human, right? And human is actually very organic. Influencer has different time zones. Influencer has different needs and performances. So all of these can be helped by, like your agency or by an influencer platform such as this one. Yeah. So I still have about 10 minutes. So I'm gonna show you a little bit, like, that was like hard facts, right? I'm gonna show you a little bit what we do in Southeast Asia. So this is the kind of like 12 tribes or influencers categories, food categories, entertainment categories, beauty categories. And what we do in Thailand is that we are really, bringing together big platforms such as TikTok, such as, government organizations to really come up with a platform to regulate influencers, to do media ethics, and also to identify talents. Especially the micro influencers down here is very looked after, is very sought after. So this is how we do it, how we build the community. A small video. Once again, I'm gonna turn on the voice right now. Yeah, so you can see kind of like the gesture. My point here is like for just, people from the other side of the world maybe see some of the scenes and how we greetings to each other, and how we give out. This is like, family bloggers, really well known one. And this is how we do it this year with the pandemic, in a way that we cannot give out the trophy real time, right? Okay, so that's about like, just an idea of, what's going on in this side of the world. As I mentioned, like media ethics is also very, very important. So we have like kind of like the pro bono side of the, the business, the economy, that we work with a couple of universities, and really, work hard on that to draw up curriculum for the youngsters, YouTubers to really know, how to create content, how to do safe storytelling, and for them to have brand safety. And this is how also we get and recruit influencers, because they know what we're doing, and we trust them and they trust us. And one of the campaigns that we did that I think it's worthwhile your 5 minutes today is like something that we did during pandemic to raise funds for local hospitals to be able to kind of like install a solar panel on their hospitals. So let's take a look at some of the videos here. So first of all, I have to cut in because it's in Thai, and this is the real video that we just got. And yeah, so please enjoy the visuals of it. So we bring influencers, and actually they are probably bigger than influencers. Some of them are stars, some of them are kind of like singers, talents, artists, and we bring them to actually talk to the deputy director of each local hospitals throughout 77 provinces in Thailand, and we create this great content and explain, why do they need, the help for which sector, for which what do you call health area that they need to improve in which hospitals, in the particular hospitals. Yeah. So it has been a great journey, and we couldn't do it without influencers. I would say in my career of 22 years, we have worked with publishers, we have worked with news anchors, we have worked with, like talents, but none of them are like influencers, because they really have and they really know their audience, and the audience really trust them. So whenever they say, and especially with messages like this, that it has such a positive impact on the social level, people are really joining in. It is amazing to say that a country like Thailand, we are still, struggling with poverty, truth be told, right? But in this time of pandemic, who would actually care to actually donate for hospitals when they themselves actually have not enough already? So this is something that we are so proud of. We were able to raise and install up to 12 hospitals with solar panels, and they are now 25 years free of electricity bills. Yeah, so this is what influencers can do. I am running out of time, so this is the same campaign, but I wanted to show you a little bit on the commercial side as well. So let's skip to something more, like in a day-to-day sense. What do we do on a daily basis? We, have clients like these, and we do contents like those. What it brings is, you can see the sentence over here, right? Sales went up by 80%. And it is not us saying. I've really checked with the clients, and this is what we found in the past 3 to 4 years since we began, the business. That if we do it right, we do it ethically, and we tell, the facts of the product, and we work well with the content, and also we have the knowledge of the media science. You can really bring wonders to brands and also to the listeners, because you also create entertainment value along the side, right? This is something we do for Lay's potato chip. I think this is the brands that we all know. And the numbers up here are the numbers from one influencer post. I just want to share that, in Thailand, in Southeast Asia, this is the kind of measurement metric that we measure. We measure, of course, the followers, and we also measure number of reach, number of views. Sorry, my slide keep going back. Engagements and the percent engagement. Yeah. So after this stage, usually the sales should go up during the third 3 months. Yeah. But if it hasn't gone up, it means that the product must have been, not enough awareness. So we're gonna change and adjust accordingly. Usually by the, fifth or 6 months, I'm sure that the business must have grown from the investment that we work with influencers. Once again, this is like mom and baby. This is brands like Vespa that is high, in lifestyle. We also do some, traffic, what we call is foot traffic to the, any events or occasions. Yeah. So we brought in influencers first. And this one is another campaign that we are very proud of, is that we help the client launch the product to the market, and we also help them sales on a regular basis. Yeah. So these influencers have links. We have UTM links to track along the side. And that is my, recap from this side of the world, from Tellscore. And once again, my name is Suvita. So one of you guys would hang out, I'm going to be there. Thank you.